Mine sveinar heime ved og gjøy med det gulleballe, de andre seks på Heidingland og gjøy med det Jan I Kalle. Vi det Jute og Franklande med dyre.
Okay, you're recording.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Charlemagne, the Wars of Paladin, Wars of Charlemagne. What was this? It's been a minute. Chapter 12, I believe. Yeah. Chapter 12. Let me start some music here. Default music. That sounds about right. With us tonight is the usual suspects. And we're going to get to it.
Sim's not in roll 20.
I am. Oh. Refresh.
Disconnected. There you go. It just popped up.
I was like, damn, I'm sitting right there, homie.
Introduction, Chapter 12. 2 months have passed since the forces of Franconia sailed down the Seine and across the Channel to the Isle of Wight. The result? Defeat, failure, some may say so. Like William of Ardon, who was gravely wounded in a duel. Others may say, glory takes time, and the enemy is not so easily cowed in his homeland. Thus, William returned by long roads to Paris and then northeast to Ardon. He was in and out of consciousness, touching heaven and escaping hell, his wounds screaming as he was trundled along in a wagon and carriage. Renier Legree by his side during the journey, himself injured, though not so gravely. In Paris, familiar faces met the knights, Ladies Gislende and Ermaline in particular, who some say did not leave the knight's side until they had a brief respite in Soulanges. But there was rumor of a talented physician near Vivanden, and by the end of October, William traveled there, melancholy weighing heavily on his heart, while Renier, being of better health, returned home to his estate in the company of Lady Ermeline. Meanwhile, on the Isle of Wight, 2 months have passed. Realizing that winter soon comes, King Caedwalla of Wessex and Duke Thierry have ordered the hasty construction of more siege equipment. Sir Samson, too, is contributing to this effort in his own way. And it is here now that we find him, not on the battlefield, but among carpenters and engineers and others who have been ferried from the mouth of the Seine to lay siege to the Jute stronghold of Caedwalla. There's a screen wipe, and we will leave William and Renier, and we will find, you guys should be able to see this, correct?
Yep.
Do fast-paced music. It's loud. There we go. What we find is dusk time, the sun has set, and just outside of bowshot range there is a camp where Duke Thierry and the king and Samson and some of the other nobles are meeting with the carpenters and whatnot and going over the plans for the siege and how it's gone so far. 2 months have passed since the quote-unquote defeat on the bridge of Caedwalla, where William was gravely injured, and it's been a back and forth. Caedwalla and Thierry both have been busy constructing siege equipment, but no doubt the enemy has as well. The time has come to ask the nobles how much they want to pitch in as far as gold goes, because the winter is here and the weather is the October is here and the weather is mild at this point in time. Um, the seasons are about to change. In November, December, January, February, nobody wants to hold a siege down in southern England during that time. I'll let you kind of role play it in, Samson.
As much as Samson wanted to be with his two friends, he had given his oath to King Caedwalla to stay behind and help defeat the Jutes, someone who he, for right or wrong, blamed for the death of his wife, Lady Rolinga. As the siege had progressed, he had hoped for open battle where he had excelled, whereas siege was a skill, while competent, lacking compared to his ability to lead men on the battlefield. As time progressed, he made friends as best he could with the King of Wessex and his underlings, learning about them and their ways and the enemies that they shared in England, the Saxons, someone who he had a deep hatred for. And as time passed, he knew he would have to contribute financially to the construction of siege equipment if they hoped to gain control of the Isle of Wight and the castle that stood before them before winter came.
Duke Thierry kind of looks overhead as the moon starts to rise, kind of glimmering over the moat. He looks down a shallow hill towards Carisbrook, seeing the siege lines. It's all calm for the time being. Every now and then, like a rock will come hurling from the walls towards your camp, but for the most part, it falls quite short. And he approaches Samson. These Anglos have proven hardy no matter the weather, but we cannot stay away from home. We are already missing the harvest, Samson. I fear what is happening back on the homestead.
That is true, my lord. I believe we need to find a resolution to this siege. Our fields go unharvested, and who knows what these Saxons are doing on our eastern border. I believe there's something we must be done, but I do not know what it is. What do you believe is the best course of action moving forward?
So this kind of looks towards the king and all the carpenters working. I would say within the month we will be perhaps even, or if not ahead of the Jutes as far as siege equipment goes. An all-out assault would be costly, but would bring a swift end to this conflict. On the other hand, while we build this siege equipment to make perhaps a push in early November, we could try other more unconventional means. What's that place that you took with treachery?
That was Castle Hubamont, and I was just going to mention that.
Yeah,
He
brings that up and asks you more about it.
Well, my lord, they had a stout castle, and I believe they had some sort of black magic protecting the place, so we turned to the people themselves, and we successfully bribed them into turning over their leader and opening the gates, at which time we charged in and finished them off and rid the castle of the curse of the witch that resided there. Perhaps that is something we could do, or perhaps a contribution by my own coffers are in order to construct additional siege equipment.
Duke Thierry kind of looks over his maps and funds and things, and let's roll a 1d10. He estimates he could, put another 6 libra worth of equipment into the field by the end of the month. It kind of goes over that plan with you. He estimates it would be 32 to 38. So that would bring them to exactly even with the Jutes. And but then he says to you, as any warrior knows, worth his salt, even odds is not something you want, especially when assaulting a stronghold such as this. If you do end up having to assault Garrisbrook, I would like the odds to be very much on our favor.
I could not agree more. Assaulting a castle is deadly work, my lord. I could contribute, though quite a bit of my lever has been going into the construction of my castle. I could possibly give up to 15 livres, leaving me some left over to help in the construction of additional trebuchets and ladders and other equipment necessary to take the castle.
A great debt, Samson, as if I already don't. I'm going to update the siege equipment there to 19. I would say make it so. We will sing your praises when we come home. You are welcome to my share of the spoils as well. I think it only fair if you come through for us in this time of need. Should I start calling you Samson? Samson the Gilded, Samson of many coins.
I'm sure, my lord, we will think of something catchy to catch the peasant's name when we return. If anything, as my patron saint is that of Saint Denis, I humbly ask you to allow me to return those to the church that it was stolen from.
It would be my pleasure, Sir Samson. All right, so let's just to recap. We got to roll health. So you roll your own siege, Samson. This is just for you and your retinue. So tell you how your
Siege,
health
okay.
is. Yeah.
Not excited about this one. Oof.
Good. Just a fail. Let me pull up here. Siege health. You've got a bit of siege belly. -5 to all skills, -1 siege for your next health roll. All right. See what old Lutgard does.
Is this the guy that replaced Dreamwolf?
Maybe Dreamwolf was never the commander.
Uh-huh.
Decent. Let's roll it. Yeah, success. Troops are healthy and happy. And King Caedwalla. -5. But also -2 to commander's siege roll. And -1 to my next health roll. Roll morale next month. So we might want to make stuff happen sooner rather than later. So let's say after your discussion, you kind of enter into the tent with King Caedwalla, and another man is exiting, and Caedwalla pounds his fist on the table. It has been too long. 2 months here in this rainy, godforsaken place. Half my men are sick. The other ones are running off with our local women. Tell me you bring good news, Sir Samson.
Oh, my lord, I wish I could say I brought good news. My men are suffering from siege belly, much as yours. They are some sickness. 1 of 10 men are not fit for duty currently. I fear, like you said, if this carries on much longer, we might have to break the siege. Perhaps an assault of some kind is in order?
Very well, but it cannot happen right now. Look, half of our equipment is still under construction. If we attacked now, we would be, at best, evenly matched. And you know how that goes when attacking, especially with the weather starting to turn ill.
Quick question, wasn't 6 lever required to be even?
Mhm.
I offered 15.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, so by the end of the month, I guess. So you guys, you could fill him in on that.
My lord, though I am just a lowly knight, I have pledged 15 livres to the construction of the siege equipment. Hopefully that will give us the big enough advantage to attack and rid this island of the Jute, so you may claim it in your name and the name of God.
And he kind of looks at you. Ah, help! Help has come from the continent. Looked for once again. You will have my gratitude, Samson. And more than just words. And kind of looks around. Ah, this is no place for her. After this is all over, Samson, I have a daughter that is looking to marry soon. I would like to introduce you to her. Or if you are more of the type that enjoys a mature woman, my sister's husband, who was a great warrior, recently passed. She is past her time of grieving, and I dare say she is also attractive.
I would be humbled to meet both of them, my lord, and perhaps give them some sort of respite from this ugly weather, and give them something to be inspired by before the assault on the castle.
Very well. All right. Men, to work. Moneybags here has given us a fresh injection of labor. Within 2 to 3 weeks' time, Sir Samson, Duke Thierry, will lay this entire castle to waste.
The Isle of Wight will run red with blood of heathen Jutes.
There are new forge fires and campfires springing out at the siege camp, with Samson's pledge to add additional funds to the coffers. And as the camera pans up in the moonlight, you can see all the Jutes inside. A lot of them have kind of huddled into the center of the castle near the keep, as the siege has been going on for a couple months. But then as the camera gets higher and higher, it crosses the English Channel. And dawn rises, and we find ourselves at Edelbrook. Well, for this, we'll play some romantic music. All right. Is that okay?
Yep.
Renier?
Very lovely.
Very lovely. Autumn? I think that's a little more majestic than Edelbrook would be, but...
How dare you?
So this is mid-October, or perhaps, turning to late October. The leaves are turning, and there's a chill in the air in Edelbrook. Renier Legree has healed from his wounds of the battle, and just a week ago, William was sent away north to Vivandon to meet with a famed surgeon/physician, leaving Renier and Lady Ermeline alone and giving them time to know each other. Presently find them walking along a paved path near one of the gardens. The gardens are started to be covered with leaves, colors of red and orange and brown, and that faint hint of that fall is in the air. I'll let you guys take it away.
She's pregnant, right?
Yep, I believe so.
And
Probably not,
how long?
probably not showing.
Do
yet.
I know?
Toot. I don't think you would, right? Because you knocked her up, then went off the war.
Yeah,
right?
no one ever told me.
Right? Yeah. Be showing yet?
Okay.
Probably be like 8 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, Renee is walking along with a slight limp as he's healing from his wounds. This is kind of a bit of a common occurrence, it seems. Injuries of a knight, a French knight on the battlefield. He's seems pleased to be back here and not involved in some foreign war, a tough one at that. He does wish Samson well, and he does have some concern for William and his injuries, knowing that he broke his honor by riding to his aid, but he would not have it any different. To him, his honor is his bond to his friends, and William and Samson are fast friends at that. And so he is returned to Edelbrook, and with Lady Ermeline in tow, he walks the walls silently for now.
Why so forlorn, my lord? I know you have seen much over these past weeks. Alas, the weather is perfect, the sun is out, and I am with my most beloved. She kind of grabs your right arm and kind of pulls you in tight. Her brow comes up to about your shoulder.
He shakes his head slightly. There is nothing wrong besides worrying for my friends and their health. Samson is in Britain, on this Isle of Wight, fighting the Jutes, and William sustained a grievous injury while we were there last. Perhaps this surgeon can help him, but it is not good for a knight to be injured so young and so grievously.
True. But I dare say we can't pick the slings and arrows that come our way, can we, Renier? Sometimes things happen, seemingly of their own accord, whether by God's hand or God's will, as the priests say, or by random chance, as some blasphemers would maintain. I'm sure William will be just fine. I've never seen someone so righteous and right with the Lord, Renier. I am glad you are not so. It would be dastardly boring in the bedroom.
He looks over at her and kind of rubs his chin. Yes. Well, unfortunately, we still need to find William a proper mate so he can practice on that account. Not counting you, of course, my lady. One of your friends, perhaps?
Is Gislende not proper enough? I think she is taking a liking to him, and that is saying something. She does not give her heart lightly.
It is a long, winding road for that one, I think. Perhaps not worth it.
Perhaps not. Like your friend William, she is perhaps too right with the Lord for fun.
I figure if the Lord wished us to be hermits and keep to ourselves, all of our pieces to ourselves, then he would not give us these feelings of, what would you say, togetherness with the ones we love.
The church fathers could not have said it any better. And Samson, now, I've heard tales of him. Cunning warrior, strong, tall, not much to look at, but capable. I think he'll be fine as well. In fact, he'll bring, I'm sure, no small measure of glory home, not to mention all the gold he'll bring. Perhaps he'll send some your way, Renier. After all, you did save his friend.
Well, he can send me a libre if he wishes. But yes, true, he is definitely cursed with a hideous face. He smiles at that.
As were you once. If I recall.
Yes, this is true. This is only because I was fighting the devil worshippers and they laid a curse upon me, but the Lord seemed fit to heal me. And here I am, as beautiful as ever.
You have a way with words. You are a funny man, Renier Legree.
Oh, I was being quite serious.
You know what? I was being quite serious too about how sometimes the universe just throws things in our path that we don't expect.
Yes. Do you? I guess he's completely non-understanding of what is about
She
to be
kind of,
said.
yeah, she kind of turns towards you and kind of puts her hands on her belly and kind of then presses it up against you and gives you a kiss. Things are completely unexpected, but nonetheless a blessing.
He looks confused for a moment, and then raises his eyebrows. Are you saying what I think you are saying?
Do you have wool between your heads, man? Yes, I'm pregnant.
He looks over his shoulder. We should not speak so loudly of this. I know I do have strong seed from my children that I already have. I think I have 5. But this is not for you. We should be wed if this is to happen.
I agree most wholeheartedly, my lord. I am not yet showing, but it will not be too long before the midwives will become knocking at the door. Or perhaps you'll wonder why I let myself go and become so fat and slovenly.
Oh, I do not wish that. Perhaps we should find a priest and get married right away. We could tell people that we could not wait. We were in love.
She laughs. That sounds magnificent, my lord. I have that reputation already. No one will be the wiser.
Well then, I will send for a priest.
Will your sister be attending?
Merwig, I hope. My other sister, I certainly do not hope so.
She is of the church, is she not?
Oh yes.
You have a poor relationship, Renier? I was not aware of such things.
Oh, she is quite a bother.
Oh, perhaps I will be able to smooth things over. There should not be tension or wrath between sister and brother. It's bad luck. Little Renier needs his hands around both of them.
Well, I will let you do the talking to her. You will find out that she is not very kindly to speak to. And I would guess that this plan of yours will soon be put away because you will be so terrified of her wrath, her ugly mouth, her ugly face, her ugly everything. She is a terrible person.
You will see. Lady Ermeline will have ways with words and ways with women. I've had a few of them myself. Oh, did I just say that? She skips ahead of you through one of the gardens, just kind of trancing on top of it, and spins beneath the autumn leaves. The dancing orange and yellow light casting glimmering freckles all over her face and bosom.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, is that fact? Well, have you met Elisa, the maid, mother of my other children?" And he kind of follows along very happily.
And she starts running off. I am going to find that bitch and kill her, for she has lain with my love. Obviously joking. I do not think you can catch me, wounded old soldier.
I do not believe I am that wounded. I have blood rushing in my veins, if you know what I mean.
Oh!
And he will give chase.
The athletics here? What is it?
Oh, okay.
What's the one?
I don't know. That sounds right. Oh, there is no athletics. It's what is it?
Probably just
Horsemanship.
energetic.
I don't know. Energetic.
Energetic.
Okay. Where is that one? I'm very energetic.
Yes.
Oh,
You catch her. Oh, we'll just fade scenes, I
Yeah, in the
suppose.
garden for show.
All right. Let's get William of Ardone.
join you in the garden.
Let the boy watch.
He pokes his head up.
So he learns. This is how you do it, William. In 10 years when you're married.
50.
Enchanting. This scene is different. Scene of William kind of arriving back in Vianden. Gislende is kind of with him, but he's still kind of unable to ride a horse, and he's kind of riding in a horse/wagon drawn by a couple of horses, and he has some of his men kind of pulling it along, and many of the servants and household staff at Vianden are lining this road as he kind of trundles up towards the castle where one of the physicians is said to be waiting for him. In this day and age, though, you never know if this guy's going to hurt or help or whatnot. Gislende has never left his side. Has never shown much lust or romantic tendencies, William, but she has been an A-plus nurse, I will say that. I'll let you kind of role-play how this has transpired.
So as they approach Vianden, William does a deep sigh. I should be across the channel, fighting still, but I've failed. Now I'm home. Meanwhile, Samson is, well, dead by himself, I should say. He kind of lets out a gasp of air. You look up. Hopefully there's some humble lesson to this that you're teaching me now, my lord. For I am truly humbled. He kind of puts his eyes back on the castle and gives it a stare. Got like the 1,000-yard stare going with it.
Gislende has been quiet for much of the journey, and she's quiet now for a minute before she speaks. She's wearing a veil kind of down over her face. It's a gray veil that flutters in the autumn wind, and she pulls it back and then turns her beautiful face towards William. Your concern about your friends, William, is commendable. Do not regret what has transpired. The Lord is teaching you a lesson, like you said. Do not be regretful. You are lucky to have escaped with your life, my dear man.
Yes, perhaps. Well, I try not to be regretful. It's hard not to. But perhaps I was too brash. Too selfish, maybe. But you are right. I will try to put those thoughts out of my mind.
Only the love of God will see you through, William.
And I've loved him with all of my heart. This is the second time that he has humbled me. But
No, it'll happen more often than that if you continue to make such decisions. Kind of looks down at you. You will be able to walk again, William. You will be able to fight. You will be able to love. Your life is not over. Do not despair.
Yes, this is true. Perhaps, maybe I'm just living at the moment. But perhaps this is just a sign of more to come.
I do
Maybe,
not think that anyone will call you a coward, that is for sure. Perhaps reckless, perhaps foolhardy, but no one will call William of Ardon a coward.
I hope not. It's been a long road. Yeah, look at the castle again. But I do thank you for being by my side. At least from what I remember. I was also told that you wouldn't leave my side even when I was unconscious. Do not think I am not thankful.
Who else was I to talk to? Ermeline and Legree? They were like two dogs, could not keep from rutting each other every chance they got.
Yes, young love, unfettered. Quite an army of children that Legree is bearing.
Devil's army, more like it. One child, conceived with the blessing of God, like our Lord Charlemagne, can rule heaven and earth and unite Europe. You have a strong heart and mind and body, William of Ardon. Your time is coming. I have alluded to such in times past, but I am not ready to commit.
This I understand. As I've told you before, I have time and patience. At least for now. Kind of let out a smile. Given present circumstances, it could have been shorter than I expected, but truly I am blessed to have another day. Another day to talk to you and hear your kind words and encouragement.
Well then, let's go see what this doctor is all about. Half of them are shams, the other half are charlatans, and every now and again there's a diamond in the rough who seems to actually know what he is talking about. Come hither. And the wagon stops, and she kind of dismounts her horse and would help you kind of down from the wagon.
Yeah, William, getting down from the wagon slowly and a little unsteady, wincing sometimes, but not trying to show it too much. Yes. After all, I don't think it could get much worse. But who am I to say?
Indeed. Who are you to say? And the scene will end with the two of them kind of gingerly walking, kind of helping William up with a limp up towards the keep. They can see that there's another second wagon outside. It looks to be like a traveling physician sort. And we're going to head back across the aisle. Hurled stones. Weapon impacts. Armor fully. For the assault. All right. 3 weeks or a couple weeks have gone past. Samson, your part of the siege equipment has been constructed. And looking along the lines, it's clear now that you guys have a rather large force. Troops have continued to be ferried across the English Channel, whereas, unfortunately for them, fortunately for you, the Jutes are kind of holed up. They have no way to reinforce themselves. All they have is this island. So their forces kind of streaming over both from England and from the English Channel. So I'll kind of let you role play what it looks like as you guys move to the assault.
The thing about sieges is that, for the most part, for knights like Samson, they were incredibly dull. There was a lot of sitting around, letting the laborers and the peasants do much of the heavy lifting, perhaps engineers constructing or overseeing the construction of the siege equipment. And all there was for knights was to train and keep their head low of the errant arrow or boulder. Though time kept going, the donations by Sir Samson had helped tip the scales into the favor of the forces of Wessex and Francia, and it seemed now, after much delay, the time was at hand. And despite being a veteran of several battles and sieges, there was still kind of a tinge of nervousness and fear inside Samson, for he knew every battle could always be his last.
So it looks like because of the health, whoever rolls siege is going to take a -2 to their siege roll. Let me see what Thierry has.
Doesn't Eli have 15?
This is 13. Yours is really bad, right?
Yeah, I
Caedwalla,
thought
think
his was. I thought the
this
guy
is the highest.
whose was
Caedwalla's
the
is
highest.
15,
Yeah, well, he's the
Caedwalla.
king. I'll let him do it.
All right. We're going to fight either way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go. You want to do it all at once or level by level? It's up to you. If you do it level by level, basically the way that works is you can say, okay, I'm going to go over the ditch rampart and curtain wall. That would be one part of it. And then the next phase would be over the keep. And basically, you commit whatever siege equipment you kind of commit to that phase is burnt up.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of adds a little gambling strategic part to it. So if you throw it all in the initial assault, you're not going to have as much later on. Or if you want to just do it all, well, you can just do it all.
Well, so just so I understand this correctly, our siege is 53 and his is 38, correct?
So you have what, an 18-point advantage. So basically, you just take the difference. So you have a 38. Yeah, you should have a 15-point advantage, right?
Yeah. So the only reason I ask that is if
So the differential is a plus 13 right now because he has -2 because of health of the troops.
okay.
So he would be rolling the normal, and your guys will be at a plus 13. One benefit of doing it time by time is you can force them to make morale checks and stuff. But then you guys have to do morale checks too. So for a session like this, it might be better just to do it all at once and maybe later.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, let's just do the whole banana at once so we can get it resolved.
All right, there we go. So this is with a going to be with a plus 13. Siege. Modifiers. 13. Submit.
That's a crit.
No, that's a crit. 1325. It is. Let's do luck guards. He rolled normal health, right? Yeah. Not a crit, just regular success. All right, let's see what happens. Siege, assault. You guys see this table?
Yeah, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yep.
All right, attacker, crit. Oh no. A crit versus success. Defenses are not taken. Moderate losses for attacker. No losses to the defender.
Well, I read it as the siege attacker critical, defender success, defenses are taken, attacker suffers light losses.
Yep, that's right. I got the two mixed up. The defender is this top row, isn't it?
Yes.
So defender success, then crit. Yep. Defense is taken, attacker light losses, defenders moderate losses, and may retire to enter defenses if any. Since you did it all, you let's see if you get to the inner sanctum. Let's get to the inner sanctum here. All right. So tell me what it looks like as the assault happens.
As the assault begins, unfortunately, the chaff bear the initial brunt, though not nearly as bad as the defenders, as well-placed volleys of both boulders from their siege equipment and arrows from the archers of Wessex keep the heads down of those defending along the curtain wall and the keep. Casualties are light as the ladders are deployed, with Samson leading his contingent up. He wasn't trying to be the first one over, but he wanted to lead by example and be one of the first of his retinue to be atop the wall. Fighting was fierce, though a great many of the defenders had lost some morale from the defeat of their champion, something that Samson repeatedly bellowed atop of the walls, that he was the slayer of Dreamwolf. And after a while, Samson kicks the last defender in the midsection, him falling with the, scream, Wilhelm scream, to the courtyard below. The walls had been taken, the gate had been opened, and now the remaining defenders had retreated to the keep, though it was not as stout as one of the larger castles of Franconia. It was only a matter of time before they breached the doors and finished them off.
Outside it starts to rain as the sun sets and darkness sets in. Yeah, as you kind of ascend the keep, Duke Thierry is not that far behind you, and as you kind of ascend a spiral staircase, you can kind of look down at a lot of the other parts of the castle have just caught fire and it's just blazing. You hear the screams of women and children. You see a lot of prisoners being taken. However, you see most of them just simply being put to the sword. You finally reach the top, and the way to like the inner sanctum is barred. It's like a thick wood door. Duke Thierry kind of orders them in. Break it down, men! Break it down! Like 2 or 3 of them just run as hard as they can, crashing into it, their right shoulders. You hear the creaking of wood as it kind of bows inward, but does not break. Axes! Take out your axes! I want this throne. I want this throne to give to Caedwalla. And this man, Samson, deserves to sit upon the throne. And eventually, just they break down the doors, and you see Lutgard the steward in there with a bunch of his kind of bodyguards. What do you do, Samson?
Samson, as the doors are knocked open, he yells the motto of his house. Unbowed with me, knights of Francia. We shall take them all and send them to the hells where they belong. And those that are most lucky to survive, well, they will enjoy a life of servitude.
All right.
And he charges in.
Give me a... They can't be mounted. So it's going to be a 1d20. Do a
Do what? I didn't hear.
hang on, I was looking here. So do a d10. Do a d10 plus 5.
D10 plus 5.
Yep. On this bad boy here. 9. Oh, you picked the only mounted one. That's fine.
Well, we can just pretend.
Yeah.
So as
All
they
right.
charge in, Earth Guard of the Jarl or whomever is leading this group steps before Samson in an attempt to protect his liege.
There you go.
At this point, I'm going to impassion myself because I'm assuming my -5 to my gut rot still applies.
It would. All skills. You have that table still up?
For which one?
The number 9 enemy.
He was 14 for sword.
Okay.
I'll go double check, but
He's 14.
So sword's 14. Sword's 14. Weapon 2. Who cares? You remember what his damage was?
which table was it? Battle enemy Saxon. So sword 14, damage 5d6, armor 6, shield yes.
I think you'll be able to get this guy.
So.
All right. You say, unbound, unbroken. You run in, and you trade sword blows.
Alrighty.
You did impassion yourself.
Yep.
So you're
So
even Steven.
I'm at a +1 because of my sword.
Nice. Sword is 9. Got him.
Nice. Let's roll some
Can't,
damage.
can't even block it. Can't even use the shield. Oh boy.
1 point of damage to his shield. He takes. Well, I'm going to assume he has to do a knockdown roll and takes a major wound.
He's gonna take.
Oh no, he only takes 8.
Well, he didn't block it. He didn't block the shield.
Oh,
He
the
didn't use
shit.
it, so he's going to take it all. So he's going to take. He only has 6 armor, so he takes 14, which drops him to less than half, and he does have to make a dex check, which he stands on his feet. But he's at a -10, unfortunately for him.
Samson
All right.
comes in, and this fool in light armor standing in his way is no match for Samson's superior sword work as he delivers a vicious wound to the man's torso and
Okay,
regains his
glory.
footing before swinging yet again. Oof. Oh, wait, he's at -10, isn't he?
He's at -10, baby. Smoked him. Yeah, it kills him. What's it look like?
He tries in vain as he's bleeding profusely to put up an attack, but it's no match for blow after blow before finally he pierces him through the chest, the sword coming out the back as he drops down, blood seeping out of his mouth.
I'm giving glory to William and Renier for the RP and the surviving battle and making the trip home and showing back up to their manners. Yeah, Duke Thierry, you see him. He actually has his sword out, and he has like a mace in his offhand. He bludgeons in somebody's skull. It spatters you with blood. There's only a couple men left, and now Lutgard, the steward, rises from the throne, and Duke Thierry kind of looks at you, Samson. Do you want him, or shall I?
I shall
You
try
can
and
either
keep...
you can either take him or roll again.
I will... I'll take him on. What the hell? Why not?
Take him on.
Yeah. What's the worst that could happen? Besides dying.
He's not really. It's not really that crazy, actually. What the heck? Yeah, he's not that strong. Make sure I get everything for him. Yep. All right. He's got a big axe.
Two-hand axe?
He has a shield.
Ah.
Regular axe.
Come to me and I will dispatch you like I did Dream Wolf on guard.
15. It's pretty good. Gotcha. You're gonna block the shield though, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Damage. 17.
So -1 to my shield. That is not enough to knock down.
Alright.
So hold on
Survives
here. I gotta
another
see.
round.
Oh, he did no damage. I have memory serves. Let me double check my armor. Because I have that reinforced.
Oh, you got that new armor.
Mm-hmm. Where the hell to go? Yeah, 12 plus 6, so that's no damage. -1 to my shield.
Ching! The axe just kind of careens off the side of your shield.
He withstands the blow and thanks the Lord and the Duke for the gift of this new type of armor that saves him from the worst of it. And he swings again. Oh,
Ooh, he's getting right up next to
Oh,
it.
now it's
Oh,
bad.
no. His damage isn't... Oh, 20. Degrade your shield by 2. How much is that new armor soap?
12.
12? Ooh, that's good. That's really good.
So
You'll
that's
still have to do
8
a knockdown.
damage. Oh, wait. Yeah, 8 damage.
Probably knockdown though, eh?
Yeah, my... hold on a second here. My dex is not good.
Down he goes.
Hold on. What was that? What did I say? 8 damage? Yes.
Like
So if I don't get back up, what's the penalty?
-5.
And if I stand up, he basically gets a free attack.
No, you could do stand up and then one of those to fight defensively ones if you wanted.
Yeah, I'll do that because that's plus 10, right?
Yeah.
So
It's
he'll
a plus.
stand. Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll stand up and kind of assume a defensive posture as he continues to wail on Samson with his axe.
Combat skills, axe. So he'll get a +5 on you. Oh, you're standing up though, right?
Yep, sit up and defensive.
Oh! Critted.
So what's his damage?
5d6, so 30.
So 30 minus...
-12.
what's left of my shield. So that's
Integrated
15.
3.
So now my shield's useless, so I'll have to have the squire give me my new one, but that took 15 out of 30, so it gives me 15 damage. And that will give me a major wound.
Probably be having some penalties now too, right?
A second here. Yeah, I'm at 1/3 hit points. And I took a major wound. I'm at half, so I can't even tell you how many penalties that is.
Not good, dude. You haven't hit him yet, have you?
No. So I assume these are going to be factored in the modifiers since I marked.
Yep.
I'll
Yep.
roll it. We'll
So you're
find
probably
out.
down at a -10, unfortunately. You could do Prayer of Mortal Peril.
What's that?
You are right. A Prayer of Mortal Peril? I'll look it up here.
It's
Is that the Love Charlemagne?
yeah. I mean, you don't. It's basically that you get a negative on it.
If I miss.
No, you get a negative like to roll it. Because
Yeah.
it's just a prayer.
-2. It's a prayer. Yeah, it comes with a -2.
Now, do I get penalties because I'm already injured?
I don't think for the prayer you do. Unless, let me look at the sheet. Unless it says, I don't think so, because it's not a skill. It's not an action.
No, I think having to do it in itself is already a negative, right?
Yeah,
And then
it's already a -2.
yeah, and you get a lot of other negatives.
What's the worst that could happen? We'll go ahead and give it a try.
Well, it's a Prayer of Mortal Peril. Let's see what day of the week it is. One is a Sunday, so it's 4. So it's like Wednesday. So ordinary day, it's a -3.
So it's a -5 in total.
It's at ordinary place, it's -1. So it's a -4 total.
I'll fail that roll. I'm not
Do you
going
have
to
any? Do you have relics? Do you have relics?
I don't know. I'm trying
You're
to...
near. You're near a relic, though.
True.
I'd
we
say
are
you're
trying
near
to
a
get,
relic because they're
Denny
probably
or
all in
whatever.
this throne room. They're all in the throne room, right?
That is true.
I'll give you that.
What's that then?
That's a +2, so even
I'm-
out it'd be a -3. No, be
-2.
Come back to -2. Yep.
I mean,
What do you think?
Even 11. So what do I get? I get what plus what if I
Plus 10 to all
and
skills.
if I miss, it's -5.
Character may act as player chooses, but a modifier of -5 is applied to all subsequent rolls for duration of situation.
I was gonna say I'm already super negative. What's more 5 more? Might as well do it. So -2, you said?
-2.
Don't fumble.
Or that.
Hey!
What's a crit?
Plus, helping saint or angel appears, and temporary grants plus 20 to all characters' actions. You also get a +1, and a check to that one.
So +1 to love Charlemagne.
Yeah.
And
if you successfully beat this guy. This is if you
Okay.
successfully beat this dude.
all right, well, let's see if I have the numbers entered correctly. So +20. As he's getting beat down by this heathen, and he can see in his peripheries, vaguely aware of the relics of not only his patron saint, but those stolen by the heathens. And he kind of feels almost like a spiritual hand on his shoulder, reinvigorating him with the protection of the Lord. And he feels his strength go through him that he didn't know he had, and kind of rises and fights back.
Where are you at now?
Let me see if that's right. I'm going to have to subtract.
17 from 20 is your crit.
No, it doesn't factor in the -10. I mean, I still didn't crit. I hit, but I didn't crit. Because the -10 for some reason did get put in there.
So
I'd need a 13 or higher to crit.
What was your roll then? 2 plus...
Yeah, it's 2. I rolled
2?
it 2.
Oh, it's not that great.
Nope, I'm rolling low when I don't need it.
God presses in upon you. Why don't you stay down, little man? Your lord has forsaken you.
Gee, are you kidding me?
No! I think you're dead.
30 minus... Did I get another shield from my... I guess I didn't even ask that, the squire,
No.
what had to happen. So, no, that will put me at -8.
Welcome to your cart ride.
Ah. The Archangel. Tell me what that looks like.
Whatever heathen power Lutgard possessed, it far outweighed that of God, as the axe came down yet again, and without the benefit of his shield, it plunges deep into the torso of Samson, causing him to fall back immediately, unconscious, most likely dead.
See what happens. That's somewhere a little more beautiful. All right, you're at -8. Do you take another big wound, I'm guessing?
Yes.
This is going to be your doctor's skill. $15, not the best. All right, let's look up how to do this first aid thing. 0 or negative points. First aid of management may restore or preserve people's life enough. Unless healed to positive points before midnight of that same day, the character dies. Even if he survives, he will need surgery. Okay.
I mean, if I forgot on major wound, if you take a major wound, the first one, I have to roll a d20 against the current hit points. So a character with 10 hit points left would need to roll a 10 or less to stay conscious. So I might have felt conscious the first time, but that's a lesson for next time.
Not want to result in your death if he didn't do it right, though. I'll just roll it and see.
I'll manage to stay alive now.
Okay.
Oh! That
14. That's a success.
would have knocked me unconscious because I took 18 damage. That put me at -8, so I had 10 health. So I needed to roll a 10 or lower. Isn't that what I just said to stay awake?
Mm-hmm. So anytime people take a wound now, they need to do that?
Yeah, so major wound. First, I need to mark the surgery box. Falls unconscious unless he makes a successful D20 roll against his current hit points. For example, a character with 10 hit points left would need to roll a 10 or less to stay conscious. So theoretically, I'd be at 10 hit points, but I'd be unconscious. So if we lose the battle, I would die.
No,
Most likely.
You guys win the battle. I mean, there's no way they were gonna. You're gonna wake up. You're gonna wake up in the field, trying to find about the wounds.
That is Paige.
Major wound. Was that greater than your major wound threshold?
The first one was, so I did suffer a major wound.
So you get that. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm reading it now.
So yeah, I'll do an attribute loss table on 10-2.
You want to roll that?
Yeah, let me get to that.
It's going to be Dex again.
You know it. It's all I lose. All right, where's 10-2? There it is.
Need to add that to my handouts.
Oh, I lost Dex, wouldn't you know?
You don't get knocked down anytime you get hit.
Pretty much.
All right, here's your surgery roll. Just pronounce surgery, yeah.
Yeah, surgery.
I'll look that one up. Heals 15. I'm going to spell it the right way here. No!
Oh, man.
Let's see. What if surgery fails? Deterioration sets in. Here you go. Deterioration and aggravation.
Page 132. Recovery from injury or illness.
Only affects unhealthy characters who do not get a successful surgery roll during the week. Deterioration causes the loss of 1d6 hit points per week directly to current hit points. As with natural healing, this damage occurs on a Sunday at noon.
course.
You have 10 left, though. And you
Yes.
get another-
So
then you
I
get another
would.
total of
I'd
1d6.
suffer 1d6.
He gets to go again. And then we'll just role play what this looks like. 4, so you got 6 left.
Yep.
There you go.
Yay. So now I will begin the slow process of healing that I've been stabilized.
So you wake up a little over a week later, Samson. And as you wake up, Gandalf is at the foot of the bed. Sam goes, "Fro!" Duke Thierry's kind of in the same room as are some of the other familiar faces. Even King Caedwalla is there. And the Duke says, "We thought we lost you there for a moment, soldier. You bit off more than you could chew with that jute. It was up for me to save you this time."
I see that we won. All that matters is the heathens were defeated and the relics recovered. Coughs up a little blood. I am sorry I was not able to defeat him, my lords.
Fortunes of battle are sometimes fickle, Sir Samson. It is a lesson well learned. You are still young yet, and I dare say you may learn it yet again when you forget. Yeah, I have forgotten it more recently on the plains north of Paris, if you recall. We are now even. Today I never mention this again, except for the gold, except for the artifacts that we will return to Paris, Saint Denis, and the surrounding environs. We'll be sailing up the scene as heroes, Sir Samson. Although I suggest that you do not take to your feet for the next few weeks. Bed rest is what you need. Some strong ale and a beautiful woman.
Indeed, my lord, I will stay still and rest on the ride back to Frankion. Once I am better, I will mount a horse and return the relics to the church and hopefully receive a blessing from the...
Speaking of beautiful women. The king kind of comes up to you, and two young ladies, or one's a little bit older, but are with him. Sir Samson, the Lord surely does smile upon thee. See, sister, daughter? The great warrior draws breath again. If it was not for his expertise and his gold and aid in our time of need, this siege in Carisbrook would have lasted all winter, and dare I say into the spring. Your father, Elsworth, would not have returned home until then. She kind of smiles at him and acts like she's going to maybe say something else snarky, but thinks better of it. Certainly, father. Now you'll be home by springtime, and perhaps be able to attend the Mayfair with myself. We'll see how that goes, daughter. Samson, my daughter Elsworth, my sister Ceolfrith.
My ladies, I wish I was in better health and I would stand and bow before you. I am most honored and blessed by you visiting me, as well as your father and brother, the king, in celebration of our victory.
Now, ladies, Sir Samson needs his rest. Run along. I'll meet with you after. We will sup together. They kind of disappear. And he kind of says, I plan to make good on my promises, Sir Samson.
I am most humbled by your generosity, my lord.
Though I know you are in no shape to court the lady now, neither one of my kin have been to the continent. I would deign to send one of them with you, if only of your choosing.
Samson's quiet and he thinks about it for a moment. My lord, your daughter is most beautiful and I'm sure a pious and chaste daughter of God. And while I would be honored to make her my wife in due time if you saw it fit and she did, that it would be a great boon to my house and my lineage. But I know in your wars to come, you will need your daughter to cement alliances. And that is why, if it is okay with you, I would be more than happy to take your sister back to the continent with me and show her Paris and the castle I am building in Arlon.
Of course. You will find her good company. She is a great conversationalist. I always thought that she could have met a better man than her late husband. Will it be that man, Samson?
I will, my lord. I will show her kindness and compassion, and she will help me take my castle that I'm building and build it into something that will last for hundreds of years.
He kind of nods to you slowly. And we'll go ahead and end that scene. And we'll move on back to Vanden. Lady Gislende and William walk into the bedroom as they wait for the physician to ascend the staircase. Gislende kind of turns her back to William, expecting him to disrobe.
Yeah, William. Okay. Yes. And he'll start undoing his garments and kind of stop for a second as he's trying to reach around to undo. I cannot get this tie for the life of me. Would you mind helping me? Don't worry, this shall not fall. You'll have time to turn around afterwards.
Gislende kind of turns to William and goes and helps him kind of undo the tie on his garment. Do not flatter yourself, William. I've been caring for you for more than a few weeks. I've seen what there is to show me. But the Lord has proofed mine eyes and my mind against lustful thoughts. You're attractive, no doubt. But you'll have to wait until the time is right, my dear boy.
Well, I was concerned because you had turned fairly seen it, so there's no reason to be bashful about it. He'll kind of do a smile as he tries to shimmy under the covers. But as I said before, I do appreciate it. It must not be easy taking care of a broken man.
Well, not quite so broken as on the mend, William. Time will put things right. I'm sure of it. Now, I'll leave you. I think I hear the physician in the hallway.
Well, let us hope that his miracle cures do not involve any type of feces.
Kind of looks at you like, what the fuck? She closes the door, and the physician steps in. Can you guys see everything?
Yeah, the castle.
It's just the outside of a castle.
Oh, sorry, you guys weren't in the bedroom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch. Let's watch.
Let the boy watch.
In the bedroom. We're in the bedroom.
I see a stallion that mounts the world.
Or doesn't mount the world in this case. Doesn't mount anything.
Forever.
There's a knock at the door.
Yes. Enter.
This dude walks in. Am I in the right place?
Well, are you the physician? That's...
Oh, Sir William. Thank you for your hospitality, young man. You seem to be on your feet. I was told there was he kind of has a satchel, gets out some papers, starts to rifle through them. A sickly young knight, stricken with pox and palsy, nearly hacked half to death by what is this thing? A jute? What in bloody hell is a jute?
Well, as far as the parks go, there is none here. I don't think I have palsy, whatever that is. But the jute is away up from the north. Big birdie. Men of fire.
See, it must have did a number on you then. Okay, I see you're already half naked. Thanks for disrobing. No modesty in your veins, I see. Spin around, my boy.
He'll kind of slowly do a turn.
Kind of looks and sees all the wounds are half healed. He kind of stops and looks at them, inspects them up and down. Okay, healing nicely. Somebody's been nursing you, eh? You've gotten top-notch care thus far. Not an infection to be seen.
Yes. Well, you have the Lady Gislende to thank for that one. At least I do.
Very well. Now, let's see here. Have a sit here on the bed. Oh, yeah, right like that.
William, of course, would comply.
He kind of starts to move your knees and joints around and let you see how that looks.
Yeah, as he's watching, examining him, he feels some pain as he manipulates some areas and winces a little bit. Well, is it going to heal? Am I going to be able to fight again?
No, you don't need right much by me except the tincture of time. Gislende. You know what? It might have been that dame who hired me and sent me here. Lady Gislende, yeah. That rings a bell. Is she yours?
Sadly, no. I do pursued, but alas, she has avoided my advances. Well, one day I hope to change it.
Well, I'll give you a small measure of advice there, young knight. Keep someone like that around if you can. It always pays to have somebody watching your back, yeah?
Oh, that is for sure. I don't think I would have made it this far without her.
Well, I suppose I might hit on the road, but it's been a long journey here to Vivenden. You might, if I spend the night in one of your graciously trimmed out guest rooms, and maybe have a spot of mead and some bread.
By all means, it'd be good to have some company in the halls. I will advise everybody to treat you as an honored guest, provide you with whatever you need.
Let me see here. He's going to offer himself as a retainer, as a physician. Remember, a pay scale for a physician retainer. maybe
A physician, I believe, is 1 livre a year.
1 year. Yeah, yeah. You know, I could make myself scarce, so I could for a season or two. If your friends are ever in need of something like I just offered you, I could perform that service free of charge.
Uh-huh. So you'd like to join my services for a season or two? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I said free of charge. I mean, per session. Now, you will, of course, pay a small retainer fee. 1 libra a year, let's say. I think that's more than fair.
Well, with the amount I've been knocked down lately, I would say you're right. It is more than fair. Consider
I
it
believe I
done.
didn't introduce myself. Name's Jeffrey.
Well, so, Jeffrey, I am a William of Ardennes, and as long as you perform your task adequately, you can always have a place in my household, and you will be paid.
He kind of takes his mask off at this point. You see a Jewish gentleman with long locks kind of framing his face, and he hobbles down the steps. Thank you for your hospitality, William. Sir William, I dare say. Lady Gislende for me as well.
I will. And I'll be sure to instruct the servants to make sure you're fed adequately and given food and drink.
Hear his boots kind of disappear down the hallway. And after that happens, Gislende kind of pops in the door. So, my lord, what is the doctor's report?
Well, he poked and prodded me and moved around some of the old bones there and says I just need time. Says I had a good nurse.
She blushes a little bit there. Oh, all I did was my duty. As they said, a sermon on the mount, do unto others as you would love done unto you.
Yes, that is the golden rule I hear. But again, it seems that I have to thank you once again. For if it wasn't for you, I'm sure I'd be in much better shape, much worse shape, and you'd have to earn his money.
Of course. Well then, I expect you at supper soon in a few hours?
Yes. I should be able to muster the strength to join in soup. But are you sure you want the company? I'm still feeling pretty down. I'm sure I could provide more entertainment through means of paid personnel instead of myself.
Oh, just some alone time after being on the road is all I need. Thank you very much, Sir William. I'm now going to retire to prayer.
Yes, maybe I should do that too as well. But again, thank you for everything, Gislende.
She nods and leaves and closes the door behind her.
And of course, he'll sit up like he's gonna pray, and for once he kind of stops and maybe I'll just rest instead. I'll have time for further prayer later. Feel maybe I played too much.
Fades out. How long are you wanting to wait to get married there, Renier?
0.
A wedding with William and then we get, or you just want to get hit straight there?
Yeah, I don't want to cause, I don't want to have any issues, so I want to get it over with. Shotgun wedding, if you will.
But Okay, let's go down here. William and Samson. None of you guys are even with each other this one.
Hope the assassin don't show up.
What'd you
So
say?
this is like...
I said,
He says he hopes the assassins don't show up.
Oh yeah.
So this is like that night after she told you she was pregnant. In one of the many rooms of Edelbrook, there's a fire crackling, and there's a knock at the door, and Archbishop Turpin kind of rides in. His cloak at the hem is muddy from riding his horse as hard as possible from Bastogne. And what was it? What could be such urgency, Renier? I dare say. Does someone need their last rites performed?
Oh no.
Out with that man!
No, not at all, Bishop. Instead, quite the opposite. The Lord has spoken to me and tells me that I must wed Lady Ermeline as soon as possible.
The Lord rarely speaks to me, Renier, and I dare say it may speak to you a few times in a lifetime. Counting when it cleared up that pox on your face. And Lady Ermeline is not to be trusted more than often she's in her cups.
Ah, Archbishop, perhaps I am the man to bring her back from sin. Have you thought of this?
She walks in from like the other room, hearing that. I heard that, Bishop. I am sorry, my lady. I did not mean it. I myself, perhaps, have taken a nip on the way in. It is a long ride from Bastogne.
Well,
Is
Archbishop...
this true? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, and she just says, yes, it is true. I wish to wed this man right here, Renier Legree. Sir Renier Legree, my prince, my lord. Oh. Bishop rolls his eyes a little bit. Right here now, Renier, are you sure?
I am sure under the watchful eyes of God. I do wish
And
it.
neither one of you are in your cups. You have not drunk yourself silly or anything like that.
I am as sober as a man can be at night time.
Well, I must say, Renier Legree, there have been many men smitten by Lady Ermeline. But you were the angler who has managed to catch this trophy. Trout. Now looks at Lady Ermeline, and she says, Ah, more proof that you are the one in your cups, Bishop. I never said that I wasn't. In fact, I admitted the fact. Very well. I suppose I'm the only witness that is needed here before the Lord in heaven. Do you, Legree, take this woman, Lady Ermeline, to be your wedded wife?
With all my
To
heart.
hold, to cherish?
With all my heart.
And you, Lady Ermeline, you will care for Renier Legree? You will obey him in all things? Of course. Very well. Do one of you at least have a ring?
Renee looks around. No.
Archbishop kind of fumbles around in his satchel. He takes out what looks to be a flask of some sort of whiskey and puts it on the desk and scrummages around. It looks like he has a couple wedding bands in there. He looks up, he picks them up and like holds them up to the fire.
You know what I
And
do
as he
actually? Hold on.
He's gonna
I take that back.
wash the blood off.
I
of
have
him.
a family heirloom golden ring worth 2 Libra.
You do?
I do.
I remember that.
Renee, yes, I do. He kind of forgot about it, didn't think about it in this circumstance, but it was his mother's ring. And he walks over to a lockbox and opens it and brings it forth. It's a beautiful, ornate silver ring. And he says, "This was my mother's, and now I give it to you, my lady." And he reaches for her hand and will slide it onto her finger.
She has a delicate finger, and you slide it on her hand, feeling her porcelain smooth skin as you do so, and she looks up into your eyes. How very thoughtful, Renier. I didn't think you had it in you.
I am quite a debonair, as you know, my love.
She kind of leans up and gives you a kiss. And the Archbishop did not say, he says, "I did not give you permission to kiss the groom. But when have I ever given you permission to do anything, Ermeline? I now pronounce both of you husband and wife. If there was a congregation, now they would clap."
I hear their applause from across the realm. Once this word is out, every man will be angry, most certainly, that my prize is mine and mine alone. And he gives her a look.
She gives you a nod, very slowly. "And now, Bishop Turpin, please help yourself to one of the guest bedrooms. Myself and my new husband."
We'll do the robot.
They retire into the bedroom.
Calls Elsa the
And,
maid in. I drug her in. I can't wait.
Yeah, she's stoking the fire as you guys come in, and she's like setting out a couple pitchers of wine and stuff like that. And as you do so, she just like gives you a snooty look. Is there anything else to your liking, my lord?
Well, you are to my liking. You do not need to rush off.
Okay. We're going to go this route.
I gotta have more kids. I can't have any more with Lady Ermeline.
Let's see. I want to see if she's down with it. Here we go. Lusty. Lustful.
Threshold.
Oh, I must not have said it. What is it in the book? 12.
Isn't her chase like 5? So
Her
it should be a
chase-
lustful of 15.
That does beat it. Hang on, let me find it real quick.
Her chase is 12. When I click on it, that's what it says. So she would have critted her chase.
Her chase fort is
She has a chase of 4.
her lustful would be 16. So that would be a successful lustful. She'd be down with it.
Oh, she's chased 4 and reckless 17. Holy cow, dude, you're screwed.
Yeah, she's down. She's down.
Well, my wedding night is very interesting.
So Eliza does not leave. Instead, she does as her lord commands, and you live up to the name of Legree.
I gotta beat Samson. I gotta get more kids.
You want to roll on both of them?
Well, Ermeline's already pregnant, so don't have to worry about her.
Yeah, she's already pregnant.
What is it, a D20?
Yeah.
I'm sure Samson has that table on speed dial.
I
don't think that's high enough.
No, you have a dead child on your hands.
A 12 is?
11 is both die, 12 is the baby. But let me double check, make sure I'm not wrong.
Isn't there?
Somebody-
Well, hold on. We
died.
don't know because we should do that in the winter phase, honestly, because there's probably depending on what lifestyle
mess
it
up
is.
That's
Yeah.
extra,
Right?
you bitch. You always do ordinary. Nice try.
But if they get pregnant, isn't it a roll just yes or no?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's all combined. I'm pretty sure.
12. Oh, uh-oh. A 12 is mother dies in childbirth, but the child lives. 11 is both of them die.
Well, I got another kid.
So there goes you. Yeah, you got another kid, but your slave died.
She's not the slave.
Serf slave. Same.
No, she's not. She's the chick I picked up at the bar.
She's the one from the Boston, the bar.
Mm.
Next would be the slave.
No, the slave. I've
Yeah.
never touched the slave.
Yeah,
That
he
wouldn't be proper.
Yeah, he wouldn't demean himself. Well, he's gonna have to find something because he just killed his maid.
All right, you do need to give yourself with this move. You got to give yourself a check and a +1 and lustful.
I can do that.
Him and Ermeline are gonna be burned as heretics before it's all over.
All right, and so you're gonna get a bunch of glory too and stuff for getting married, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it? Is it based on what? How much glory? You get?
It's based on the glory of the opposing partner, and it caps at 1,000. So, for example, Rolinga gave me 1,000 because she was old and full of glory and maturity. I don't know what Ermeline's would be. I think in the book, a standard lady in waiting's like
Rolinga
850.
Yeah, Rolinga didn't say anything.
We had to determine this because it didn't list it in the book. It's in the back. It has like ladies in waiting and how much glory they're worth.
Yeah.
Let me find
These three are the most eligible bachelorettes.
I'd probably say 1,000, honestly.
Yeah. If these four are like the most Nardone, so I'll give you 1,000. 1,000 glory. Here we go. Big bolus. Coming your Renier.
I like it that. How many manners does she have?
You guys aren't even watching. You guys aren't even watching the bedroom. They weren't watching the bedroom the whole time.
I didn't want to see God's watching. That's all you need to worry about.
He's like, All right. Anything else for this debauch of session?
Not for me. We didn't do enough to do a winter phase, probably. We don't have any checks and anything.
I have a lot of checks from the previous.
You guys haven't done
really?
winter phase in a long time.
Oh, really?
This is fall 72.
Yeah, because you guys.
Oh, maybe I
No,
just
you had
suck.
that-
I don't have
that-
checks in hardly anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have quite a bit.
You don't have checks so much? That whole other session, last session?
Some.
Yeah.
I don't think I
Yeah.
Unless I just
I mean, it's
sucked
only
in
after
combat
winter phase now.
so bad.
You just scooped up Samson and left, pretty much.
No, I tried to scoop.
William.
Those two.
Yeah, I got my ass kicked once I got in there.
Mm-hmm. We don't have to do it tonight. I'm getting kind of tired, honestly.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
got 7 checks.
Yeah, a lady is 850 glory, so I'd say since they're named, it's probably 1,000.
1, 2, 3, 4,
All right, you're the only one left, William.
5, 6. That's 6
I'm going to get a
checks.
beverage and relax for 45 minutes and go to bed.
I'm technically single right now, though that won't last. With my next mature woman.
It's a mature woman. She has one manor in England.
How many
enough for me.
manners does Ermeline have? How many
Ermeline.
manners do I have now?
3.
I have 5 manners now.
She's very troublesome.
Have fun
Kept
with
under
that.
kept under strict surveillance by her uncle.
Not strict enough.
North. She's really not that cute. App 13.
It's okay.
Well, it's not the cuteness that attracts the gentleman. Just the open
The
legs.
I ain't fucking a personality.
The Samson's new bae is the hottie.
Yeah. I think she's got
She-
even Gislende beat.
She's the same. She's the same as Gislende. Carol Frith. This Elfswith, I couldn't find any like younger girls, so I said pick her.
I was looking for younger women online. It was the Chinese that hacked me. It wasn't me.
You can stop the recording if you want.
Yeah, bright wise.